Well, thank you. It's great to be here on Labor Day in Great Falls. In Great Falls? We are living in a unique historical moment. We are closer to achieving quality, affordable health care for everyone than we have ever come before, despite many past efforts. I think change is coming. We just had a moment of silence for Senator Kennedy, to remember his life, to remember his work. Across this country, Kennedy remains a figure of hope and tenacity to the millions of us who care deeply about solving the healthcare crisis. His commitment to bettering our lives and our country by creating a healthcare system that works for everyone made him much more than a senator from Massachusetts. He represented all of us in his healthcare reform efforts. It is time for DC to fulfill Kennedy's legacy by passing a bill that represents his decades of work and commitment to this issue. It is time to make healthcare a right for all, not a privilege for some. We worked hard in this country and in our state to expand CHIP, to make sure our youngest and most vulnerable had access to health care. How many of you worked on that? Many more children will be covered because of your efforts. Now, we need to make sure entire families are covered. Nobody should have to be sick or die in our country because they lack health care insurance. Not in America. Now is the time to do our part. We cannot wait any longer to fulfill the legacy that Senator Kennedy left us, and we should not shrink from following his example. He would not have wasted this opportunity to seize the moment and advance a cause that touches everyone's life in the most personal way, including, ultimately, his own. The best tribute we can pay to him today is to affirm our commitment to get this done. In the next few weeks, your actions matter. You matter. We need to stand strong and we need to stand together. The suffering of our friends, families, and countrymen and countrywomen must end. Our generation will be measured by this issue, by how well we take care of our elderly and our young. I happen to be hopeful. I still believe that change is possible. I still believe that by working hard and standing together, yes, we can. I want to take a moment and bring forward a guy who wanted to stop by, say hello to you before he jumps on a plane back to DC. Him and Shar are in the area, getting ready to go back, fight on our behalf. And I just want to call up Senator Tester to say a few words.
Thank you very much. Are we having fun yet? I want to thank everybody for being here today. I also want to thank for the opportunity to say a few words. We have a lot to celebrate on this Labor Day of 2009. We've made some advances. We've helped out working folks across this country and veterans across this country, and we need to keep that up. And we need to keep that up by passing a health care bill that works for this country's working families. Charlotte and I are heading back to Washington, D.C. this afternoon. The work we have to do is very, very important work. We've got to get a bill out in the Senate. Like I said, we've got to get a bill that works for this country's working families. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We know the job we have to do. You know, many speakers came up here today and they talked about people. They talked about the impacts of the status quo system we have now on people. And everybody that's standing here today, I would venture to guess, knows somebody who's had their health care taken away because they got sick, potentially have lost their house because they got sick twice, potentially could be in bankruptcy because they got sick 3 times. The truth is what we have right now isn't working. And if we continue along this line, it's only going to get worse. So here's what I want you to do. Keep doing what you're doing. It's critically important. It is critically important that we keep telling the stories, that we keep talking about what we have to do to help make healthcare accessible and affordable in this country, because it is so important if we're going to advance ourselves into the 21st century. I just want to thank you for this opportunity. I want to thank SEIU for organizing this, and I want to thank all of the working people who are here today. God bless you all, and just keep in mind, you're the backbone of this country, and I appreciate everything you've done and everything you're doing. God bless you all. God bless America.